handling conflict with a franchisee is best done with an iron stick. Rebecca.
I strongly disagree with this. The notion that conflict with a franchisee should be handled with an iron stick is crazy, really, because whilst firmness and clarity are essential when you're protecting your brand and your franchise system, an overly rigid approach can often damage trust, erode morale, and even lead to legal disputes or damage to your reputation, which is really, really harmful. For me, franchise relationships are built solely on mutual dependence. So the franchisor relies on the franchisees to uphold brand standards, deliver amazing quality, while the franchisees depend on the franchisor for guidance, support, and systems for success. So when conflict arises, the goal should always be not to dominate, but to really resolve the issue in a way that preserves alignment, but also really adheres to long-term cooperation. So the idea of handling conflict with an iron stick is just crazy.
Yeah, I hear what you say, Rebecca, and perhaps the phrase iron stick is a bit harsh. I get that. But from my point of view, I think a franchisor has to make sure that they protect their brand above all. The brand is the franchisor's biggest asset. And if one franchisee has created a conflict, that's probably because they've, I don't know, cut some corners or ignored some standards or, given a poor service or whatever that might be, that's kind of made that conflict arise, then that's a potential damage to the brand, which, as I say, is the franchisor's biggest asset. And so the franchisor has to, as you say, they have to maintain that system integrity. But actually having a strong stance reinforces that success comes through the system and not working around it. And enforcing those standards evenly keeps that credibility intact. And I think if I was another franchisee, seeing the franchisor being very firm, showing good leadership, stopping anything escalating too far, the other franchisees would see that as good, firm, fair leadership, I think. And give me more confidence in the franchisor and confidence in the franchise brand, etc., that I've invested into. So, granted, iron stick is probably, but not the right phrase. Firm doesn't necessarily need to mean heavy-handed. Coming down hard maybe is, harsh words, but it's about professional enforcement, I think.
No, I totally agree, Rob. I think the term iron stick is totally wrong. A franchisor can enforce standards and protect the brand, but do it through consistency, being professional, but not as firm as an iron stick. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree. And I think the danger is if a franchisor starts to treat franchisees differently, then that's then very hard to maintain. Franchisees want that level playing field, if you like. A franchisee, if one franchisee is being seen to bend the rules without consequence, if you say that, then it could undermine that trust and morale, and which is what you said, I know. So so iron stick maybe not the right phrase, but actually nice, firm, consistent, hard message sometimes is required, I think.
Yep.